Hello and welcome. Today we're exploring one of the most astonishing achievements of the ancient world, how the Sumerians, over 5,000 years ago, pioneered mathematics and astronomy. Long before modern science, long before telescopes or calculators, the people of Sumer were already studying the heavens, measuring time, and calculating numbers with incredible precision. Their discoveries became the foundation of all future mathematics and astronomy, from the Babylonians to the Greeks, and even to the modern systems we still use today. To understand their genius, we must remember the world they lived in. The Sumerians depended on the land, farming, trading, and observing the sky for signs of weather and seasons. The success of their crops, their festivals, and their very survival depended on understanding patterns in nature. This curiosity, born from necessity, led them to develop the first known mathematical system and one of the earliest forms of astronomy in human history. The Sumerian system of mathematics was based on the number 60, a system we now call sexagesimal. Unlike our modern base 10 system, theirs used 60 as the main unit. Why 60? Because it can be divided evenly by many smaller numbers, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This made it ideal for trade, measurement, and astronomy. That's why even today we divide an hour into 60 minutes, a minute into 60 seconds, and a circle into 360 degrees. All direct legacies of ancient Sumerian math. The Sumerians used small clay tokens and later clay tablets marked with wedge-shaped cuneiform signs to record numbers. These early mathematicians could add, subtract, multiply, and divide with surprising accuracy. They measured fields, tracked harvests, and kept detailed accounts of trade. In a world without paper or digital tools, they managed to perform calculations that allowed their cities to grow and thrive. But mathematics for the Sumerians was more than just counting grain or goods. It was a tool for understanding the universe. Their priests and scholars, known as astronomer priests, spent their nights observing the stars and planets. They noticed patterns in the movement of the moon, the sun, and the bright points of light that we now know as Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. By carefully recording these movements on clay tablets, they laid the foundations for astronomy itself. The Sumerians divided the sky into 12 sections, the origins of the zodiac. Each section was associated with a constellation that appeared during a particular season, helping them predict floods, planting times, and harvest cycles. These observations also influenced their religious calendar, as they believed the gods communicated through the stars. Temples and ziggurats often served as observatories, where priests would climb high above the city to study the heavens. Their knowledge of celestial cycles led to the creation of the lunar calendar, one of humanity's first calendars. Each month began with the appearance of the new moon, and 12 lunar months made up a year. To keep the calendar aligned with the solar year, the Sumerians occasionally added an extra month, a practice still used in some cultures today. This system allowed them to plan agricultural activities, organize religious festivals, and record historical events with remarkable consistency. What's truly fascinating is how their mathematical and astronomical achievements were intertwined. To chart the stars, they needed math. To understand time, they needed astronomy. Together, these sciences gave the Sumerians an extraordinary understanding of both earth and sky. Their methods were later adopted and refined by the Babylonians, who used Sumerian techniques to predict eclipses and planetary movements, more than 1,000 years before the Greeks began their own studies of the cosmos. Even in our modern world, the fingerprints of Sumerian knowledge are everywhere. Every time you glance at a clock, measure an angle, or navigate by the stars, you are using systems first created in ancient Sumer. Their ideas shaped how humanity measures time, space, and motion, the very foundations of science. The story of Sumerian mathematics and astronomy reminds us that the desire to understand the world is as old as civilization itself. From clay tablets to telescopes, from counting grains to measuring galaxies, we continue the same quest that began under the starlit skies of Mesopotamia. So the next time you look up at the night sky, remember the Sumerians, the world's first mathematicians and astronomers, who taught humanity to see order in the stars. If you enjoyed this journey into ancient knowledge, don't forget to subscribe, like, and follow for the next episode, where we'll uncover more mysteries from the dawn of civilization.